Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. As you all know, we have started a new series of program under the banner of Vision 2050, under the guidance of teachings of Ahlebait Rasul. A very nice program, inshallah. In these series of programs, we will be discussing what kind of careers are available for our youth, I would say, and also provide them necessary professional guidance to our young generation. Since I have, as I said, I have also been connected with college and institutions in USA for over 42 years. I will also share my experience with other presenters to provide guidance to our youth. I have been involved as an administrator in colleges, as a vice president for the colleges, and as a professor as well. I have been teaching as well. So I can contribute some of the valuable information for my youth groups to guide them how to select profession and what to do, and where they can get help from institutions or even other organizations. So we will talk about that, inshallah. But let me come back to the topic here, that it is not a secret that today's world is a competitive world. And education is the key for success in every field. Every field, education is the key to success. However, the first thing I would like, or I would suggest to my youth group, that when you select any profession for yourself or for your brothers or sister, when you select any professional field, make a pledge to become the best Muslim scholar of that field, not just a best doctor or a best engineer or a best business person or a best professor or best in whatever field you select, but a Muslim doctor or a Muslim engineer or a Muslim businessman or business person or a Muslim professor. You know what I mean. Yes, you can ask what is the difference between a doctor and a Muslim doctor. So let me explain that. Let me explain this in very, very simple terms so that every one of us can understand and benefit from that. When you are a doctor and a patient comes to you and you think that he's in pain and I can make money by treating him and he has no choice but to pay me as per my demand. Because he's in pain, obviously he will be, obligated or bound to pay you whatever you are asking for, treating him. Then if you are doing that, then you are simply a doctor. Maybe, good doctor, maybe, the best doctor. However, if you feel his pain as a human being in your heart, and treat him only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not for the greed of wealth or anything else, even praise from him or her, then you are a Muslim doctor. As Islam says that you have to feel the pain of that person who is in pain in your own heart and not not get overrun by your greed of wealth. So now let me take another example, or let me take this example to another extent or higher level. Let me let me take it to a higher level. That will be much easier for me to explain to you, and for us to all of us to understand that. And we will understand what is the beauty of Islam that I want to pinpoint here. Say you are a doctor, a specialist of heart surgery, for example, and a heart patient comes to you for treatment, and you think that you are the only doctor who can perform that operation, and you asked him for a huge amount as your fees for the operation that you are going to perform. It will obviously take some time for him to arrange for that money. And in the meantime, if he dies, Islam says that you will be responsible for his death. And now understand how serious it is. And you may ask why. Because he came to you and you were capable of saving his life, but you did not do what you were supposed to do as human being, as a creation of Allah. You are responsible for his death. As simple as that. That's a very, very serious issue as relates to Islamic laws. But on the contrary, if you performed the operation and saved his life to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah says in Quran that you not only saved one life, but you saved the humanity, the whole humanity. So now you are not only a Muslim doctor, but you will receive blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world and hereafter as well. You will live with peace of mind and develop respect in your community. That's what Islamic laws are. This is true in all fields of life, not only just in a medicine field of doctors, but in all fields of life. The same Islamic principles play a role in every profession. If you are a businessman, for example, business person, Islam does not prohibit you from gaining profit for your efforts. You have performed some efforts to bring the product and whatever it takes to sell it. You have shopped, you have advertised for that product. So Islam does not prohibit you from gaining profit for all of your efforts. But Islam does not like you to make false statement, as we see nowadays with our business people. Just say your price. Just say your price for the product that you want to sell, and if the buyer agrees to pay that price, you said your price, that you have set so much price for that product that you are selling, and the buyer agrees to pay that price, that is fine. That is fine in Islamic rules and regulation. But do not lie that you are selling with no profit because it is your own buying price for that product when it is not. Just you are saying it to obligate or to let the buyer know that you are being very kind to him or her, and you are selling that for your buying price. That's lying, and that Islam does not like. And you know what? In Islam, to conceal the truth is a major sin. Please note that in every field in Islam, to conceal the truth is a major sin. The laws of Islam are aligned with laws of nature and creation. And so no reality can contradict them. They are the natural laws. They are based on natural principles. Now, let me come back to the topic of setting goals. As students, they want probably they are waiting for that also, or what profession to choose. As I had said before, select the profession that you love most and live with it throughout your life. However, the profession you select must be valuable for other human beings as well. Make sure that you look into that profession, that it is valuable for other human being, members of your society, members of your community, and members of the human as a whole. And if you perform all of your act in your daily life only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and no one else, not even for your ego, not even for to expect praise from other people, only and only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you do that, who has all the power, then when Allah is pleased, we all know that no one can stop you from achieving the highest level of your goal in your life. When you have Allah's blessings, Allah's backing, no one can stop you from achieving the highest level of your goal that you have set in your life. So please remember that. It is very well understood today that the significance of establishing any goal in our life and the efforts made for reaching it are in proportion to the goal itself. In other words, if the said goal is higher, it will require harder efforts to achieve it. As simple as that. When you set a goal, you need to know that you will have to work hard. If it is a higher goal, you have to work harder. As simple as that. So we should be ready and prepared before selecting any profession, setting any goal. You should know that you are setting a goal and how hard you have to work to achieve that goal, to reach to that goal. Moreover, setting appropriate goals to success in your life or our life, nothing is more important than gaining knowledge. And so we all must realize how valuable a student is who is working hard to gain knowledge to achieve his or her goal. The leader of all prophet, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, one who pursues studies is beloved of Allah. Can you imagine that? A student being beloved of Allah, what is his value, his status? That's what Islam is saying, that is your status. So do not underestimate your value, even when you are a student. With such a strong backing, you can imagine how easy it will be for you to succeed in your career. Have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and work hard, sincerely, to gain knowledge in your chosen field, and inshallah, you will be successful. Quran, the book of Allah, demands Muslim to acquire knowledge. We all know that. And let me tell you about the ayat number 13, ayat of surah number 39, ayat number 9 in Quran. It says, are those who know equal to those who do not know? Quran is asking question that do you think that those who know, are they equal to those who don't know? Although those who don't know may be rich or whatever, Quran states that even the prophets are ranked highly only based on their knowledge, since all of them were pious. All of them were pious, but their rank was higher based on their knowledge. And when they passed the test that were given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, based on knowledge, everybody got the higher and higher rank. So even you can see that even prophets, they received higher rank based on their knowledge. The verse shows that the learned and ignorance are never equal. The scholar has an essential superiority over one who is ignorant. It is very clear here that Quran does not mean knowledge of religion only. A lot of time people, they interpret this ayat as you have to gain knowledge of religion. But there is nothing mentioned here. There is no boundary. There is nothing mentioned in Quran. It says knowledge, gain knowledge. So it's very clear that Quran does not mean knowledge of religion only, but refers to any knowledge. But there is a condition. Refers to any knowledge that enlightens people and aid them in questions of this world and the next, and serve humanity sincerely to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the knowledge mentioned in Quran. If you are trying to get that knowledge to help everybody, to make this world better place for others to live, to help them, that's the knowledge Islam is talking about, Allah is talking about in Quran, and that is wajib on all the Muslims. The Prophet has said, the obtaining of knowledge is a duty, an obligation on every Muslim man and woman. So Prophet has very clearly said that gaining knowledge, and that's what the knowledge means, then that means the knowledge you are gaining is or should be valuable to your community, your brothers and sisters, and all the human being, because Islam is a religion of all human beings. It's not for only Muslims. It came for the whole humanity. The messages of Allah in Quran, they are clearly for all the human being, all the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah says, "Oh Bani Adam," Bani Adam means, "Oh children of Janabe Adam," the Prophet Adam. That means the whole humanity Allah is addressing to. And that's why we say, and we are proud of, that Islam is the religion of humanity, all the human being, not just for Muslims. And that's why it takes care of all the human being. It feels, or it let his believers feel the pain of every human being, the emotions of every human being. And that's a beautiful thing, and beautiful thought, and beautiful way to create peace and security and harmony in this world. The leader of the Prophet, our Prophet, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the beneficence of the beneficent, is the teacher of Allah's creation. He doles out knowledge. He doles out knowledge. You look at what Prophet has said. Look at his character, his sayings, his sunnah, and we will be amazed at how much knowledge he had, although given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Definitely, he was next to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in knowledge. The Prophet describes the value of his scholars to such an extent that he said, the death of a tribe is easier to bear and less harmful than the death of one scholar. Now, my brothers and sisters, a lot of time this saying of our Prophet is described in relation to the religious scholars only. No, there is no limit here. A Prophet said, one scholar. A scholar means anybody who is teaching the humanity anything, who is beneficial to humanity, who is leading the humanity in a right direction. That's what the scholar is. So if you are a doctor, you are an engineer, you are a professor, you are whatever profession you choose, if you are abiding by the rules and regulations of Islam, Islamic values, then you are a scholar of human being that is described here by our Prophet. Quran states about the master of both the worlds, our beloved Prophet. Look at this, Quran says that our Prophet, he was bestowed with all knowledge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah gave him all the knowledge. Surah number 4, ayat number 113, it says our Prophet was bestowed with all knowledge. However, in spite of his perfect knowledge and his speech being a speech of wahi, revelation, he was advised to pray for knowledge also. Surah number 20, ayat number 114, it says, وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي إِلْمًا, and say, my Lord, increase me in my knowledge. It is the nobility of the knowledge that a man who has exalted over and above every existent with wealth of wisdom is ordained to say, in the absence of wisdom, there will be doubts, the darkness of doubts. Surah number 10, ayat number 100. And he was ordained to say, O my Lord, increase me in my knowledge. And the ilm, knowledge, is made the essence of aql, the wisdom, and it is declared without rational analysis or wisdom, gaining knowledge is not possible. Surah number 29, ayat number 43. Let me repeat that. Without rational analysis or wisdom, gaining knowledge is not possible. So we have to develop rational analysis and wisdom to gain knowledge. Furthermore, higher ranks denote higher degrees of knowledge. In Surah Yusuf, we raise the rank of whomever we please. Allah is powerful. Allah is the most powerful. And he is saying, and he has that power. He's saying in Surah number 12, ayat number 76, he's saying, we raise the rank of whomever we please. Allah has that power to do so. And one having a greater knowledge is above all other people of lesser knowledge. Now, let me bring another point here. My students have asked me to know that my students have asked me to get rid of bad luck, or how to get rid of bad luck and bad coincidences. They assumed that the bad luck or the bad coincidence or bad luck or bad coincidences are the reason for their failure. Many students, they believe that bad luck or bad coincidences, they assume that the bad luck or bad coincidences are the reason for their failure. Nazreen, it's time for us to take a short break. I'll talk about their concerns in light of Islamic faith after break. We will be right back. Please stay with us. Nazreen, Salaam Alaikum. We are back. Thanks for staying with us. Let me bring that question again. Many students have asked me how to get rid of bad luck or bad coincidences. They assumed or they think that the bad luck or bad coincidences in their lives are the reason for their failure. If we take some time to ponder on these issues, we discover that neither luck nor coincidences are factors in causing failure or even success, I would say. They're not the reason for anybody's failure or even success. If somebody is very successful, that did not happen because of good luck or good coincidences. No, it's not like that. We think like that sometimes. The most vital factor, let me bring it here, the most vital factor which mainly causes failure is ill manners. Ill manners. It is a proven fact. No one should believe in this, in things like bad luck or bad coincidences. If you have unconditional faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the most powerful, and if you have faith, unconditional faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is nothing like bad luck or bad coincidence. When you are trying to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have his backing and nobody can stop you from gaining success. Okay, so that should be very clear. If you have the clear unconditional faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't even think about anything that is bad luck or bad coincidences. They don't exist. Okay, let me give you an example to prove my point. Japan, for example, after being destroyed by severe bomb attack, as you know, it was destroyed completely. Similarly, Germany, after World War II, was nothing more than a handful of ashes and debris. Today, both of these countries are leading industrial nations in the world. Experts credit this unprecedented advancement of both countries to their sense of responsibility and confidence which they felt thereafter. Not that they have better minds or are more creative than other nations. No, nothing like that. Other nations, they have also better minds, much more better minds or much more creative, people, other nations they have. But they progressed very quickly because of their sense of responsibility and confidence. Therefore, I'm justified in saying that the advancement of any nation even depends upon its good conduct and morality of the people in it. This fact has been established throughout the history. It's not just based on these two countries that I gave you example of, but it has been the established fact throughout the history. If you develop unconditional faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will be much easier to learn how to achieve moral excellence and achieve the status that you want to achieve in your profession. Make no mistake to understand that it is the key to successful professional life and success in your life also. The scholars who are the most knowledgeable and the best educators in their field are our holy Imam, appointed by no other than the Lord himself. They have set guidance for us throughout their words, and their lives are example for us to follow, so that we may achieve moral excellence. They are very, very, very simple examples, very bright examples Allah has given us, and we are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. Maktab-e Ahlebait, that's where we get all these guidelines for our life. And so we should look at the character of our Imam, our holy Imams, and try to follow that. These guidelines and examples give us the opportunity to achieve success in our lives and make this world a better place for others to live happily in peace. We follow the sacred rules of prophets. It is inspired by the magnificent springs of lights of Quranic revelation. It is a bouquet of unlimited divine knowledge. That's why it is pure. That is why it has no fault in it. That's why it will not lead you to failure anyway. Islamic laws are not vulnerable to the tides of time or change or transformation. They include the realities of the life and value existence of human being. The divine prophetic school offers humanity the most accurate system for reaching perfection and moral excellence. However, let me alert you here. The success of a person, you may be thinking about that I'm always talking about success, but what about those who fail? So let me alert you here also, and let me guide you towards that as well. The success of a person who has unconditional faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is undisputable. There is no doubt. There should not be any doubt that a person who has unconditional faith in Allah can fail. And simply because if you are doing everything to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Allah is pleased with you, there is no power can stop you from getting success. As simple as that. Okay, everybody should believe that and trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He is the most powerful and nobody can lead you to failure if Allah is pleased and you have Allah's backing. However, if a faithful man even did not possess an internal motive to prevent him from making himself a victim of his lust and unlimited wants, then any step he or she takes towards even righteousness, even on a right path, would cause him to fail. And that's the reason why you see that some of the very faithful persons or good people, they fail in their efforts. That's the reason, because they become the victim of their own lusts and unlimited wants or ego or whatever you say, that they do things for themselves and not to please to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not for they don't follow the Islamic laws accurately. So that becomes a problem, and that causes them to fail. My young brothers and sisters, it is impossible to establish a safe and perfect human society without equipping the members of the society with moral and spirituality. Morality and spirituality. That's the thing that we have to achieve. In fact, the Islamic principles are built on the basis which require man to elevate his spiritual values to the highest point, following the character of the role models, our imams, that are provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why Allah has provided those role models. They are masoom, they are infallible, they were created by Allah, they were appointed by Allah, so that they can be the real leader, real teachers, to increase our morality and spirituality. Islam strictly prohibits man from sacrificing his or her excellent morals for the sake of his or her lust and intense desire. Those are the enemy. Our own lusts and intense desires, they are the enemy. Islam stands in the face of those who dishonor humanity and fights them fiercely, so that a society where individual and social ties are built on Islamic values, members can enjoy peace, security, comfort, and trust. All of its members enjoy equal rights and deserve the interpersonal relation set by the divine laws and nothing else. Prophet has said, the best of people is the one who is most useful to other people. He has also said, on the day of judgment, the one with the highest place in regards of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be the one who cared most about the welfare of Allah's servants. So you can see that. And let me give you another example as to how you can achieve success in your field, what Islamic values dictates. As we all know, human individual do engage in mutual aid. They benefit from each other's effort and knowledge, even for their own needs. We all depend on each other's efforts and knowledge, and we gain from them, we learn from them, even for our own needs. The societies that from such educated members are like a greater human being, of whom individual members are like its organ. If you imagine that the society is a human and it has a lot of organs like we have, a person has, all the members, they are like the organ of that community or the society. If you imagine the society as a person, each of the organ of the human body has a specialized task. It contributes to its own well-being while contributing to that of the other organs as well. If any of these organs were to become selfish and not serve the other organs, for example, if eyes refuse to help with the hands or feet, or the mouth refuse to swallow food, a person would soon die because of these individual selfish behavior of these organs, right? The individual members of an Islamic society also have tasks like those of the organ of a body. That is, a person must think of his or her own interest in the context of the interest of the whole society. Even every member must consider what can he or she do to make other members succeed. They must help each other to make the whole society a better place for everyone to live in security and peace. They must defend others' rights if their rights are to be preserved. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, a Muslim is one from whom hands and tongues others are safe. very beautiful saying of our Prophet that a Mu'min, a Muslim, is one from whose hand and tongue others are safe. We live in a society and associate with people. This keeps our social nature alive and help us to progress and solve our problems in life. Islamic rules and regulations guide us in achieving these human needs. That's human need. We are social person. Islam recommends that its follower maintain good social relationship. It helps them with high norms for social behavior with courteous and respectful manner. The Creator, the most powerful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, the servant of the merciful are those who walk on the earth humbly. Surah number 25, ayat number 63. Although we may associate with many people, but we associate with some people more than others, isn't it? These are known as our friends. This friendship is developed based on our profession, religion, language, countries, or interest, and several other reasons. That's what it is developed based on. However, Islam alerts us that association results in one party gradually acquiring the habits and morals of others. And so we should choose to associate with good people. That's a very beautiful teaching of Islamic values. That way we can pick up their moral values or moral virtues as well as benefit from their friendship and goodwill. And we will stay on the right path. We will do good things. We will be respected by the community members as well. The commander of the faithful, Imam Ali alayhi salam, has said, the best of friend is the one who guides you to good deeds. He has also said, a man is judged by his friends. Such a beautiful sayings of Imam Ali, that whatever kind of friends you have, you will be judged by your friends. The real nature of society is individuals joining hand to do the work for everyone, put everyone's life on a secure footing, and take care of everyone's need through mutual aid. Islam does not ask believers to sacrifice only wealth. In fact, Islam asks believer to come to the aid of needy, even if they do not need money, and help them with what they need. Islam is such a beautiful religion that it really cares about the needs of humanity, human being, not defined by just Muslims or any other religion. It says humanity. If you are a person, or you are a member of the human being, if you are a human being, you should help other human being to succeed in their life, and help can be provided. Normally we think that, oh, we have donated so much money for them and that's good enough. No, it's not. Islam is a beautiful religion. It says that no, you don't need to sacrifice only wealth, but you have to help each other. And let me give you an example. To teach someone illiterate, if someone needs knowledge and you are teaching knowledge to them, or to take the hands of someone blind and help him crossing the street, to guide someone who is lost, all are manifestation of generosity and beneficence in Islamic values. Nazreen, our time for this episode is ending here. I hope you like the information provided here. I will come back with information about how Islamic laws protect us from failing, especially for our youth, of Vision 2050 in our next episode. Please stay safe and remember all the team members of QAIM TV and your host, Professor Masoom Ali, in your prayers. Allah Hafiz.